Hey, I'm Scotty T from Your Comedy Minute. I have a fantastic comedian named Elijah the Barber with me. Elijah, it's so nice to meet you.
It's good to meet you too, man.
How are you?
I'm good, man. I can't complain, man.
Yeah. Well, it's very nice to meet you. You're in New Jersey, right?
Yes.
Were you born and
South
raised
Coast.
in Were you born and raised in New Jersey?
Yep.
Okay. Uh, when did you start doing comedy?
December will be 5 years for me.
Okay.
Um, I started in Atlantic City, New Jersey.
Okay.
I had wrote for 2 years before I actually went on stage to perform it. And I had an opportunity to, perform at an open mic, did an open mic and just never looked back.
Okay. Was there a catalyst, 5 years ago, something that said, Elijah, go do comedy?
Um, I had went to a buddy of mine's one of my comedian friends he was throwing shows, and I went to one of his shows, and he had two people that he gave guest spots to, and they were terrible.
Yeah,
Um,
I knew you were going to say that.
no, they were terrible. So I was like, I could do this, but I didn't get the opportunity to try it for another 2 years. So within the 2 years, I was just writing, and I have a writing background, poetry, music, all of that stuff.
Right.
So. Um, I tried it. He came. Uh, uh, Three other comedians came, and we all performed that night. I went first, and everybody agreed I had the best set. So they,
Fantastic.
all pushed me and encouraged me to keep going. So every year I planned on having a new goal. Year one, it was hit up all the open mics, get all the reps, get your experience in, try to start getting your name known.
Okay.
Year two, um, define your style in comedy and what type of comedian you want to be, and
Right.
then put yourself in position to start getting booked for shows as well as throwing your own shows.
Right.
And then year three, it was uh do my first comedy special, which I did last year. And
I
then
have
year
that written
four,
down. I'm going to get into that in a second.
yeah, year four, which we're coming to the end of year four, getting ready to go into year five. This was the year to travel. So, go state to state. Cause I was doing tri-state area,
Right.
Philly, Jersey, Delaware, New York, Maryland, but then I started expanding upstate New York, been to Texas, California. I'll be in North Carolina next week. So I wanted to just start proving to myself, like, all right, I could be funny
Funny
where I'm
everywhere.
from, but I want to be funny in other
Funny
places as
everywhere.
well.
Right.
Yeah, yeah,
Well, you
yep.
mentioned, let me keep going here because you mentioned, and I'm really impressed. I want to tell you, I really am. I went
Mm,
over to your YouTube channel
mm,
and you have your full special in there called Cutting Up, right?
mm, mm,
And great job on your YouTube channel. I'm telling you, 500 and what, 75 subscribers, and man, you're killing
yeah,
it over there. You're doing really well over there.
mm. Appreciate it.
I mean it, you really are, and I'll try to help you any way I can. Do you
Mm.
have Instagram? Well, I know you have Facebook. Do you have
They got
Instagram,
Facebook, Instagram, TikTok,
TikTok?
Well, X, formerly known as Twitter.
Yeah,
I have that too.
and they're
Only thing
all
I don't
under.
have is like Snapchat. I don't have Snapchat.
Yeah, I don't fool with that. So, but they're all under a lie. I'll put all the links when we air this interview, okay?
Yeah, they're
So
all
people
under
can.
Elijah the Barber 856-609.
Uh, you mind telling people what that's about?
So, when I first started my Instagram page about 10 years ago,
Right?
I am a real barber. Yeah, and I
No,
always
I
put
got
this,
that written down. Don't get
I
ahead.
always put that disclaimer out there. So there was I had an Instagram page, Elijah the Barber, and there's another Elijah the Barber in Florida.
Okay.
So people were getting confused with me and him.
Okay.
So my first Elijah the Barber Instagram page is actually Elijah the Barber 856.
Okay.
And that page got hacked. So I had to create another one. So I created another one, Elijah the Barber 856-609, because in South Jersey where I'm at, those are the actual zips, 856 and 609.
Yeah, I know.
So it stuck, it
Okay.
pretty much stuck. And then when I started doing comedy, it was like I'm not creating a new Instagram page that just says,
Yeah.
Elijah the Barber comedy. It's just,
Yeah.
it's still going to be under the same thing.
Yeah.
So a lot of my older Instagram stuff I had like pictures of my haircuts and stuff, but then I start taking that stuff down and
Right.
start putting more, comedy content
Right.
there. But people always ask, yes, I am a real barber.
Yeah, no, and I got that written down, but I want to ask you comedians that inspired you when you were, younger and comedians that you like now.
When I was younger, Eddie
Murphy,
Murphy,
yeah, Richard Pryor, maybe.
Martin Lawrence, um, I would say Sinbad,
Okay.
I would say the Kings of Comedy,
Yeah, that's fine.
Cedric the Entertainer, DL
I
Hughley,
love Cedric.
like those guys, like Richard Pryor and Bill Cosby, like they're before my time. Like I
Okay.
know of them from movies and TV shows.
All right.
So I really didn't get the chance to really see their comedy
Okay.
specials and stand up coming up. When I start remembering what I was watching, Eddie Murphy Raw, Eddie Murphy Delirious.
Yeah.
I did see Robin Harris is one I
Oh,
love.
wow. Was that
Some of Red
Bebe's
Fox.
kids?
Yeah, yeah, Bebe's
Okay.
Kids and
Yeah.
some of Red Fox stuff I was able to see.
Oh, Red Fox.
Yeah,
Red
yeah,
Fox.
some of Red Fox stuff I was able to see and hear his records. My grandma used to have his records.
Buddy of mine quit smoking the other day, got run over by a tobacco truck.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
what about
So
comedians you like now? What about comedians that you like now?
now I would say Kevin
You,
Hart, the late great David A. Arnold,
okay.
um,
You can
Patrice
mention
O'Neal.
local guys if you want, local guys there in Jersey, like maybe Joe
Um,
Scrocca.
yeah, Joe is dope. Joe still new. He's still newbie, but he's cooking.
No,
He's
I
doing his
know.
thing.
I'm just
Shout out to
teasing.
Joe. Denny Live from Philly, Funny Mike from Philly, Tommy Too Smooth.
Okay.
Um, it's so many.
That's
What's
good.
my
That's
man?
good. That's fine. That's fine.
Godfrey. Like it's a lot of them. Tommy
Okay.
Davidson.
That's good.
So
That's good. That's
uh,
good. Now you mentioned about you're also a poet. And
mhm.
you're also, let's do this first. You are a barber and you've been a barber for a long time.
Yes,
Can you pull your camera down a little bit? You're moving again. There
yes,
you go.
yes,
Um,
yes.
what was it, like 20 some years or something you've been a barber?
Yeah, I've been February will actually be 23
That's fine. That's
years.
fine.
23 years. 23
Okay.
years
Wow.
February.
Okay. And when you mentioned about being a poet, I watched a bit you did where you asked the crowd, do you want this or that? And they did it. And
Yeah.
you pulled out your
Yeah.
phone. And
Yeah.
man, to me, you were as good as any rapper out there. I mean, you call it poetry, but it's like a
Mhm.
rap and it's just fantastic.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that.
I worked in the music business. Believe it or not, I worked with Wu-Tang Clan. I worked with all kinds of raps. Yeah, you wouldn't believe that, but yeah, I did.
No, I can believe it. I
Yeah,
can
I
believe
met
it.
Diddy. I met R. Kelly. I met. No, it's true.
No, I believe it. I
I had
believe it.
dinner
It
with.
just the current
Here's what I
events make
tell
it funny.
people: I had dinner with Will Smith and I didn't get smacked. I had dinner with R. Kelly and I didn't get pissed on. And I don't think I was. I don't think I was Diddy's type.
Yeah.
Um. Now this is good. I'm hoping to blow you away a little bit here. You are a fan of Captain Crunch berries.
Yes.
Okay. But there's a problem.
Yeah, you talking about my video when the milk ran out. And that was listen, that was real time. That wasn't like, hey, I'm gonna do a skit today. And like that literally was fresh box, bowl ready. I'm ready to
What
go in and no damn milk. I was
when I
highly upset that
you
day.
and I never met before. Only we've known each other about 10 minutes, 20 minutes. Why do
Uh,
you think I brought that up?
Let me guess, that's your favorite cereal too, or you had
No,
that
hell
happen to you,
no.
or you
But I
had that
can
happen to you.
relate. My problem
Yeah.
is that I go to the container and the shit's spoiled.
Ah,
That's
man.
almost as bad as not having any.
Yeah, 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 that's bad too. But let me tell you what happened to me recently. So like I don't drink whole milk. Like my stomach
Okay.
can't take it anymore.
No, I do
So
2%.
yeah,
2%.
that's what I do, 2%, right?
Right.
So my wife doesn't understand that. So the kids drink half of the damn 2%. She buys a new thing of whole.
It,
They drink half of that. and she's upset that there's two half full containers. So she mixes the damn milks together. He mixes the damn milks together. So when I go to eat the cereal, I'm thinking I'm eating 2%. It just tastes different. It's like the
Yeah,
thickness is crazy. It's like, I don't
I
even want the
got
damn
you. I
cereal
got
anymore.
you. I don't want to spend a lot of time on cereal, but you have other favorites, or is Captain Crunch,
Yeah, yeah,
Crunch
yeah, yeah,
Berries?
yeah. Captain Crunch, Fruity Pebbles,
Okay.
Raisin Bran Crunch.
All right. All
It's
right.
different cereal.
You're also a big fan of the WWE, I believe.
Oh yes, yeah, yeah, yep,
Yeah. I'm not really. I used to be back before you were born.
yeah.
Haystacks Calhoun and
Mhm.
Chief J Strongbow, and I
Taking it
used to
back,
love
yeah.
wrestling. But now I wanted to tell you the only reason I brought it up. I on Friday nights they have SmackDown,
Hmm.
and I don't really like wrestling, but those female wrestlers, good googa
Yeah,
mooga. I'll
yeah.
be flipping through the channels, and all of a sudden I'm like, holy hell, I gotta stop.
Hmm.
Do you have a favorite wrestler, male or female or both?
Man, there's so many, man, to go through. I would just say, right now, like right now, I definitely like Roman Reigns, not because of his wrestling ability, just because of his on-screen character. I
Yeah,
think,
yeah,
a lot of us were attached to wrestlers because of the characters that they are and
yeah.
that they
Okay.
were.
Do you have a favorite show that you've done so far in 5 years? And then the follow up is a least favorite show.
Favorite show I've done um,
You can do a couple
I
if you got
think
a couple. If you got a
I
couple.
I would say my favorite show is definitely the night I filmed my special. I would
Yeah, that
say
was
like that was my favorite. I would say my next favorite would probably be when I opened up for Joe Torre back a couple months ago.
okay.
Because I really got to see like who really was coming to support me. You know what I'm saying? Even though he was the headliner, I got to really see like how many people were coming to actually support me with that show. And I showed up and showed out. So they would be like my favorite two shows. Least favorite show? Probably where I went to Texas. I went to Texas. I was in Texas early in the year, and it was a humbling experience. I didn't bomb anything. Like I've never
Right.
done that. Knock on wood. I've never bombed, but
Pardon me.
I definitely had to fight that night because I realized that different people from different regions they go to comedy shows with different intentions. So we did a show in Texas. Um, Me, some other guys from Jersey and Philly. I had some comedians from Dallas, Fort Worth area.
Right,
So
right,
it
right.
was like a mixture. We had people from Jersey, Philly, New Orleans, Chicago. People were the Chicago people were the most difficult people to make laugh at the
Okay.
Texas event because they came with mink coats and everything on. It was like they didn't come with the mentality of, hey, I'm going to come to this comedy show and I'm going to enjoy myself. They came to the comedy show like I'm looking to run into somebody famous. Like I'm looking to be at this comedy show and run into
Okay.
Kevin Hart or run into Dave Chappelle. And then you see Elijah the Barber. And it's like, all right, who's this guy? Like, I never seen him on TV. What movies did he play in? So now you have to really work because
Okay.
once they realize they're somewhere where nobody famous is at, now their minds are shut
Uphill
off. Like,
battle.
oh, this is gonna be terrible. You know what I'm
Uphill
saying?
battle.
So I really had to fight, to get the laughs and all of that stuff that night. And we won them over. You won them
Yeah.
over. But that was probably my least favorite, not just because of that, just a lot of the things that happen in the process of getting to the show and stuff like that. That would probably be my least favorite.
Okay. And at least on I think you were in Los Angeles in September. Is that right?
Yeah, yeah, we were just in LA. Yeah, we
How did
did
that
two
go?
shows out there. That was good, man. It was different. The first show we did two shows at the same venue, back
Okay.
to back nights, but they were like two total different shows. So the first show we did was it was, basically here's the list. You go up there, you got this amount of
Right.
time, you do your thing, we're gonna hit you with the light, such and such time. And that was cool, but smooth. The next night was like some Saturday Night Live Tonight Show stuff. Like they had commercials, they had
Oh,
skits, they had sketch comedy,
more
we did stand-up
improv
comedy.
stuff.
Yeah, yeah, they
Yeah,
had us being interviewed after the performances, after all the performers performed, they brought us all together and interviewed us after.
right.
So that
Yeah,
was a different experience. Like I never did anything like that.
yeah. Well, that was I was going to ask you, and I know you're kind of pressed for time. I don't want to keep you too long,
No,
but
no, I'm good.
okay,
I
all
got
right.
till
No,
3:30. I'm
I
good.
thought maybe you just didn't like me, which is okay. You know
Nah,
why
nah, we good.
people?
We
No,
good.
let me tell you something. This is true. Do you know why people don't like me before they get to know me?
Why?
It saves time. Um,
Say- Oh man.
no, but I wanted to ask, and again, I don't want to keep you too long, but I've talked to a lot of comedians, and
Mm,
depending on where they're at, they will adjust. When you mentioned Texas
mm,
and LA, and you adjust your jokes. In other words, you write
mm.
a lot, so you've got a lot of material. Do you
Yeah.
try and change it up depending on where you're
Mm.
at?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you have to like for me, I can't speak for everybody else, but for me, I wanted to be a versatile comedian. I wanted to be a
Yeah,
comedian that can perform in front of all types of crowds. I mean, I've
yeah,
performed in church crowds in front of 200 people. We did a show in the beginning of the year. We performed at a psychiatric hospital.
right.
So we were able to make the crazies laugh. So you
I
know,
wondered
I'm
if you
trying to
were
get
gonna.
somebody, I'm trying to get somebody to book me for a nursing home so I can perform in front of a bunch of blind people. Like that's what I'm trying to do. I want to make a bunch of blind people laugh. You know what I'm saying? They'll never see it coming, but I definitely hit them with some laughs. But no, I don't have a problem adjusting. Whether
Okay.
it's a clean
Yeah,
show,
right now.
um, whether if it's the time limit they need you to do. Like
Yeah.
I'll be in Carolina next week. I got to do a half an hour. So,
Okay.
I'm very versatile.
Yeah.
All I need to know in advance is what kind of show is this? What is the age demographic?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Yeah. Well, I can tell you're a pro. You're actually
Appreciate that.
scaring the hell out of me a little bit. I'm trying to make you laugh, trying to have some good stuff. My crack staff puts this together on a short notice. A Ravens fan, is that right?
No, I'm not a Ravens fan. I'm actually a New England Patriots fan.
Okay, all right, good, 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 good. No, I just gone by on your Facebook post something about Lamar's got to learn to scramble. I thought maybe you were a Ravens fan.
No, I got him on my fantasy team.
Oh, okay.
He got him on my fantasy team. He played terrible that week.
Oh, all right, all right. Yeah, here I because I had a whole story about my son and the Ravens and all
Mm,
that. I want to do one more thing, and then we're going to do your comedy minute.
okay.
I just wanted because I just picked this stuff up, and I think it's funny, and I don't know if it's true,
Mm,
but on Facebook it said that you did something and you couldn't go live for 20 days.
yeah. So what happened was comedian Eric Preston had a post when I was in California, and he was saying like, I'm trying to get into something tonight. I'm looking for something to do. What's everybody doing?
Yeah.
And I commented, well, we're in LA right now, asking everybody where's the cocaine and the horse. And it was a thing that we were kind of joking around with, like, excuse me, can you put me in the direction of the cocaine and horse? Like we were going around, LA doing that. And I made the post as a comment on his page. And then like the next day I got notified that it went against the standards and
Yeah.
regulations and they removed the post or whatever. They removed the comment. So I'm like, okay, they removed the comment. Then like 2 days later, they're like, I have restrictions on my account and all this other stuff. So um, I had a podcast interview that was on Facebook Live, and I didn't realize that I was in Facebook jail where I was restricted from going on lives on Facebook for like 20 days. So these guys set the live up, they're tagging me in it. They're like, yeah, Elijah the Barber is going to come on here for this
Yeah,
interview
yeah.
and I can't do it because I'm in
I
jail.
know.
So I jump. I have another page. I jump on
Yeah.
my burner page, and I'm
Yeah.
messaging them like, "Hey, this is Elijah the Barber. This is the other page. Add me from this page." And these ass clowns never got the messages until after. So it looked like I no showed the interview. And it all is because I was joking around saying we was in LA looking for cocaine and horse.
I got kicked off Facebook 9 times in 1 year. They took down my page, my Your Comedy Minute page. I had like
Mm,
6,000 followers, reaching 1 million people a day. They just took it down. It was gone, gone, gone. Nothing
mm,
I could do. All that work, gone. Got kicked off
mm.
YouTube 3 days and got kicked off YouTube 7 days. So I can
You got kicked
relate,
off
my friend.
YouTube? You said you
Oh,
got kicked off YouTube? How you get kicked off? How did you
hey,
get
hey,
kicked
hey,
off?
I asked the questions. Knock it off. Don't start with me. No, you know what? It's kind of like your thing. I did at the time, I was doing compilations. I'd go over to different places to get these bloopers, and it
Mm,
showed bodily harm.
mm,
Yet almost every blooper you see, you can watch America's Funniest Videos, the kids fall down. But yeah, I got kicked off 3 days. Then I got kicked
mm,
off 7 days because a guy had a fire and he lit his hair on fire. And again, that went against their. So don't ever put that stuff on YouTube.
mm.
Um, well, look, my friend, I don't want to keep you much longer. Is there anything that you want to? I know you got a lot of shows coming up, and I'm going to put all the links. Anything
Mhm.
you want to tell the people? You want to do a little poem or something? You want to do anything for them?
Um, well, I do want to say February 8th, 2025, I will be filming my second comedy
Okay.
special called Trust Issues. Um, that'll be live in South Jersey.
Okay.
So, they can Google me or Google that and all the
Yeah.
information comes. Um, I guess I could do a poem. I'll do a
It's up
poem.
to
I'll do a
you.
poem. Yeah, I'll do a poem. Hold on. Uh, this piece is called Welcome to Heartbreak.
Welcome to Hartford.
Welcome to Heartbreak. Have you ever wanted to be with somebody, but knew you couldn't be with that somebody? Tears cry while hearts ache. Welcome to Heartbreak. Have you ever wanted to see somebody, but knew you couldn't see that somebody? Tears cry while hearts ache. Welcome to Heartbreak. Have you
Okay.
ever put trust in somebody, then got betrayed or backstabbed by that somebody? Tears cry while hearts ache. Welcome to Heartbreak.
Heartbreak.
Have you ever had to say goodbye to somebody while standing over their casket, wishing their time here in the physical form lasted? Tears cry while hearts ache. Welcome to Heartbreak. Have you ever put trust in a friend just to see they weren't a friend? It was all pretend. Tears cry while hearts ache. Welcome to Heartbreak. Have you ever had a one night stand with a person you couldn't stand or really didn't know and got that latex saying I'm latex and suddenly you remembered you might not have worn that latex? Tears cry while hearts ache. Welcome to Heartbreak. Have you ever been in line waiting for a number nine, but it was too many cars in the drive through line? Tears cry while hearts ache. Welcome to Heartbreak. Have you ever been in that drive-through looking at the menu to order something like the Popeyes fish sandwich and realize that shit got discontinued? Tears cry while hearts ache. Welcome to Heartbreak.
Oh my God. Fantastic.
Appreciate it.
Fantastic.
Appreciate it.
Fantastic. You really are amazing. I mean it.
Appreciate it.
I just got to know you. I think the world of you. If you had a good time, you're welcome to come back as we get
True
close to
indeed.
your special, and we'll promote it.
Okay.
Okay. And if you can, I know you're on break, and I know you want to get going. So I just was hoping that maybe for me, I'll ask real nice. Can you do a your comedy minute for me? You can make
I
listen.
could do,
Don't
yeah,
look.
yeah,
Don't
I
look.
could, I
Don't
could do.
hang on. Don't let the truth get in the way of a good story. We can make some
Nah,
stuff up.
nah, I could,
All
nah, I
right.
could
Let me do
listen,
a
man.
formal introduction.
Okay.
Elijah the Barber, your comedy minute. Go ahead, my friend.
I have trust issues.
Right.
If you spell science with a Y, I don't trust you. If you ever cheated on the test, but you still failed the test, I don't trust you. If you're a friend of mine and we go to hibachi and you get excited about catching the shrimp with your mouth, I don't trust you. I have trust issues. Trust issues and stupid people, they go hand to hand. I had a cousin that was 17 with 7 kids. He was a freaking idiot. He had those special ed classes, not because he was stupid, because he was slow. And I said, cuz, why are you in those sped classes? He said, because while you guys are downstairs doing fractions, I'm upstairs playing video games. Stupid people. They cause me to have trust issues. They go hand in hand. I have a cousin that pays $20 a month for child support. For some reason, he think his baby mom just bought a house with the money. Stupid people. They cause me to have trust issues. February 8th, the special is coming, trust issues.
I love it. I love it. Well, my friend, let me stop the recording so we can spend a minute off the air. I
No
really
problem.
did enjoy my time. I hope you did too.
Hmm.
Okay.
This is fun, man. This is fun.
Cool, cool. Let me stop the recording so we can talk for a minute off the air.
Okay.
Thank you for being here.